and welcome to another session of Jump Point. Last time on Jump Point, so much happened. Scattered after entering the storm, the party found themselves in the land of Har Akir. Thea woke up in the Lost Crescent, and after a brief skirmish with a ghoul and two cultists, she met a Sultari named Sel, who was also lost there. Jimmy and Giles found themselves in a dungeon, in the dungeons of the Temple of S, captured by the cult. And while making aims to escape, they met Cairn Janoris, who was also trapped there. Aumin, Morn, and Aerith awoke in the sands near the White Oasis and traveled in search of their friends in the makeshift town of River's Shelter. Later, after meeting Thea there, they met the Mage Slayer Yuvine and quickly set to work on breaking Cairn free from the dungeons in Muhar. Meanwhile, Divvy and Giles, using the commotion, broke out of their cells and made their way towards their gear. And upon linking up with the rest of the party, they handed Cairn his spell book and escaped with him into the desert before the High Priest could be summoned. And that's where we begin. As the party travels back to the safety of River's Shelter, I'm going to roll two things here. As we had a 25, a 26, an 8, a 6, and a 29 for our group stealth check to leave Muhar. I'm going to roll for our guards as they search Muhar and look for here. Honestly, they'll have to either hit a nat 20 here, I think. So I'm just going to roll. First one's a 7. Second one's a 13. Quickly, you guys make your way out of the city and into the sands here, heading towards River Shelter. No one chasing you.
Hell yeah.
As you make your way back here, splitting into two groups, we have Aerith, Morn, Karen. I'm in one group alongside Settle too. And our other group, the rest, Aumin, Giles, Yuvine, Demi, traveling in another group. Is there anything said amongst you all as you're moving back here toward the makeshift town?
So the plan is just run back to where we came in, right? And then head back to our ship?
I mean, I guess so. I mean, I'm just running, Demi. I'm like, I'm just trying to get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean?
I think we're fine. I don't see anybody following us.
Giles looks back and sort of pulls out his telescope and sort of surveys the horizon and recognizes that it's like, yeah, it's quite calm, eerily calm.
Too quiet.
Too quiet. But without sort of overthinking it, I think I'll sort of, it's like, yeah, shit, you're right. All right, no one is chasing us. Okay.
Unless we make some trouble and catch the attention of those cultists elsewhere out here, but like,
yeah. Well, I mean, I don't.
Who have we seen here?
I mean, what do you mean? Who have we seen? Like, are you talking about just regular people?
I mean, you and me were in prison. I had forgotten at the time, but they were talking about the High Priestess.
Actually, GM, can I roll a history check to see if were there any other prisoners
inside of that block? No need for the history check. You would know that there was only
I think we looked.
two. Yeah, you guys looked. There was the two of you and Karen. And his prison had a special like magic around it that he had to dispel, and that was the only particular thing about him.
And did we encounter any other like blocks while we were making our way to and from the like equipment sort of room?
Like other blocks of cells?
Yeah.
Oh. Give me a history check for that.
Okay.
24. Walking past I think you were really focused on getting your stuff. However, walking past another kind of section here in the opposite side,
Mm-hmm.
you got the idea that the dungeons that you guys were in were quite special, right? Like octagon room, but there was actually like regular, just square, barred, kind of prisons. There were people in those. You looked just briefly in, quick glance, maybe like 10, 12 people.
Okay. Yeah, as Giles recounts that, I think it's like, I mean, yeah, there are those other people in the lower security section in the prison we were in. Is that what you're referring to?
Well, I wasn't sure if there were only cultists out here and we should be on our guard to kick everybody's ass, or just because I don't know what happened to everybody else. We haven't debriefed on that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess whenever we reconvene, we can maybe just like fucking huddle around the campfire and figure out what the hell happened with everyone.
Right now with you, Thea and
Oh yeah, what are the two groups? Because we didn't.
Yeah,
and
but
also-
what was it? It was Morn, Aerith, Karen, and was there someone else
And
in
Cell.
that group, or is it
Cell.
Cell?
This, yeah.
Okay.
This just the rest of you are in this
So
other
it's
group
Yumi,
here.
Aumin, Thea.
Yes, and Uvine.
Yeah, and Uvinu.
I think on that, like whilst Giles is saying, it's like, yeah, we should all just like wait until we all link up and gather around the campfire. It's like, wait, Thea, were you guys in a prison or something? What was the deal with you? 2, 3, even. So, I don't know what the hell. I don't know if you live here or what.
Oh, he's in the other group.
Oh, sorry, fucking whatever. It's
Uvine would be the
Uvine. Thank you,
yeah,
thank you.
You look
Uvine,
at
I don't know if
Dr.
you live here or
Uvine, he's
what.
like, I don't live here. See, like the snake kind of tendrils moving.
Actually, did you also just like wake up in the middle of like you're doing one thing and then you just appeared here, or like what?
No, we were chasing the cult, me and Karen, and some complications happened, and we woke up here.
That makes sense. I would have guessed that if you gave me some time, but no, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. Well,
It's not a
yeah.
guess. We knew that.
I know. Listen, it's been a very traumatic several amount of like passings of time. All right, just my brain, my poor brain, my poor artificer brain is just going absolutely hog
boo-hoo.
wild.
Boo.
Thea, please tell me what happened to you. Please tell me.
I had a great time, actually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I made a new friend. Killed some dudes. It was
Okay.
great.
I was just about to say smash cut to her slashing up this ghoul and like cutting a guy, slitting a guy's throat, stabbing his one, doing. Yeah, I had a great time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Nothing ominous or worrisome. Just
No, just making friends and murdering people.
So did you?
Okay.
Did you wake up somewhere, or
Yes, I woke up in
were
a
you
cave.
moved? Okay.
Well, I don't know. I just woke up.
Because we walked in, we made it like some distance into the storm, and then everyone but Giles disappeared. Like, and then me and Giles just stopped moving for a bit, and then
Was I asleep when this storm happened?
No, you walked through.
No, you walked in with us, and then
yeah.
I
I
think
don't
I
know,
have
I
some
guess-
memory loss.
I'm only recalling this now.
Mm.
Was above table was I can't remember if last session Demi was able to recognize that we are in a different dimension, right?
Oh yeah.
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 Uh, did Demi disclose that info to Giles at all yet, or
I
no?
don't think so yet.
I don't think so.
No.
Although now would probably be when I'd like retracing our steps, and I'm being straightforward. Like, this is the first time that Demi is able to like put together the pieces, because it really was like I was zoning out until the prison, right?
Yeah.
You know, when someone snaps you out of daydreaming and it's like immediately gone. But like these are actual memories that I'm recalling now, but I didn't have them while we were doing all that. But so now I would probably take out the planar resonance slide rule, and I'm trying. I think I have an idea where we are, but only on a sort of distance from prime material level. We're definitely in another dimension, and I think it's got Shadowfell vibes.
The
God, if we're in
the
a
slide
different
rule.
dimension, that explains a lot.
So what I'll tell you, what the slide rule shows colors on it as well.
Mhm.
Dusky gray.
Yep. It's either that or a negative energy plane. Fuck. This place is nasty.
So you're telling me
Aumin,
that
can I
these...
bum a smoke?
Yeah.
Thanks. They stole mine.
I was gonna say, so you're telling me that this big fucking sandstorm that could be seen from outer space and stuff, right? It's just a big ass like dimensional portal.
Do you remember when we talked to Muradin
Yeah.
and how I asked like the pieces, the chemical properties of portals? Because I'm trying to get to the Feywild. He was like, you need some place that has a cultural lock or some consistent factor to it. Demi goes off into this spiel about like the differences in the planes and how they are like culturally, aesthetically, socially, all this other stuff, and eventually she comes back around to like, it was like, if I'm looking for specifically those two neighboring planes, I'm looking for a storm. That's a really, it's a place of power for portals. So I think yes, this a storm this big probably doing some fuck shit to the edges of the planes.
Right. Interesting. Okay.
I don't know if the whole thing's a portal or if we found, you know, one of those narrow edges and it was just distressed by the storm. But also, this is not a normal storm, so maybe it's caused by whatever dimensional rift. I'm spitballing here. I don't fucking know.
You see UV and A look back. There's like snake eyes. I kind of eye you like, yeah. I mean, Karen would be the one to ask about it. He knows a lot of things about this stuff.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot more questions than answers, if anything. So
what's up?
I'm not sure if, because everyone else disappeared, if they're going back to where they started, that's not going to be where we started. Do we know where we're trying to meet up?
Yeah, it's just a half a day or so.
Okay.
River Shelter is the place. It's a little spot where some hermits and folks who can't really...
How long have you been here? In the
storm?
I guess,
Harakir
yeah.
is the place, as the folks here call it. Look, I've
Did
been.
they call it that after being translocated, or was Harakia a place on help? What's the planet? I'm a
Set.
set.
I keep
Man,
thinking
my
for some
my
fucking
etherealist
reason.
brain is hurting. I'm sorry for giving you a hard time.
as
Shit.
Yuvina kind of just like is continuing to walk and still scanning the area, like, well, what we know is that where we went to was ruins of a city, and that's where the cult was gathering. So maybe to answer your question, I'm not sure, but to answer your other question, I've been here for some months.
So
Karen had been
So I guess they're
trapped for probably 2, but we ran into some resistance as we were searching around here. A man clad in armor, circle on his armor too.
fucking
He injured
Arliss.
me.
Every single goddamn time.
Who?
Every single time.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You said something about you knew this guy. She points toward Aumin. You said Aumin and Thea. You said you knew this guy by name.
Mm-hmm.
Arliss.
His name's Arliss. We met him on Brawl.
Huh.
He was trying to kill Thea.
Yeah, I shot him. I tried to kill him.
Yeah.
I don't really know
Stole
him.
a
We're not
bunch of
like
his shit,
friends.
though.
You know, you make it sound like we're friends. I'm not friends with Arliss.
Nah, you see, kind
Like
of Aerith kind of.
More of a named enemy.
Yeah.
Yuvina kind of puts her hands up, like, okay, and like
Caught.
hit a sore spot, I guess.
Sorry, I didn't mean
Fuck
to
that
be,
guy.
jumpy, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's like that.
he injured me, and I couldn't
Exactly.
rescue
See
Karen
what I'm saying?
for a while.
It's on site with Arliss every single time.
Yeah.
Well, it's not, because he's stronger than we are.
It was.
I blasted his ass.
You did.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
It was a tough
But, yeah,
engagement. He left me and injured, and Karen had to. You see, she just like kind of shuts up a little bit and kind of like, let's keep going. Kind of walks forward here. Huh?
I hope you don't mind my saying, you seem like you get injured often, but this one struck a nerve.
Whatever power he uses, it's not like fighting. I can fight a mage with my eyes closed for the most part. But
You bet.
whatever power he was using was different. He had this.
Are you saying it's not magic?
It felt like magic.
Arliss, I think, has a strong connection to whatever higher powers they decide are worthy. But that's why I'm doing my due diligence with Arliss.
Pause. Above table.
Yes.
Did Thea tell us that she was warned that Arliss was going to make it hard for us?
Yes. She did.
Okay.
She did say that to you guys. Well, you see, Vinny, like, it was different. He got us by surprise. It's hard to know who to trust in here. And let's just say he was saying things about wanting to get out of here. And then Karen noticed some intent from him that was strange. And it turned into a squabble.
Deadly pressure.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but she's kind of like...
Demi spaces out for a second as they're walking.
Yeah, as walks like... If we had Godot, it might have been a different story. You can see her kind of like... bare her fangs a little bit and press forward. As we move down toward the other team that's making their way to the river shelter. I think we get that shot of Karen shaking your hand more and being like, "You're right. She can't take care of herself." But still, thank you for your help. As he lets go of your hand more and like brushes himself off. You see he looks a bit disheveled. His fins look a little like dry. His kind of wizard robe's a bit tattered, but still kind of brushes himself off, kind of like head up toward Aerith and kind of walk into the sand with you. Is anything said between you, Morn, and the others here as you're kind of walking?
No, I think I'm just kind of on alert, keeping an eye out.
Yeah, give me a perception check as you walk through sand. It's not like it's like a half a day's travel essentially. Here, 30-20. As you're looking around, there's calm. I think you look back toward Mukhar and see like that limestone kind of tower of the temple of S that you kind of stepped from. You see the kind of movement of the wind to the sand. You can almost, as you're moving, see the river from here as you crest over a dune. You can like see Soltari Cell kind of like, oh, not much longer. Thanks for keeping out. What was your name? By the way? Kind of like,
It's Morn.
oh, no. Nice to meet you. I'm Soltari Cell. But you can call me Cell. Things like titles don't really mean much here. As you kind of see his red robes and kind of as he takes out a compass, you see it spins just wildly, like it doesn't even, it's not following any true north. He's like, oh, it still doesn't work. Well, I think I know the place that we need to meet the others. Yeah, we went there before. So, just follow me. He kind of slides down the dune. Yeah, he's like, oh no, you were with me. We met you at this place. What am I saying?
Lead the way. It's all good.
As you see him slide down past Aerith. Aerith will look back toward you. And I think you see a sense of kind of calm from Aerith. I think you know she was very worried this whole time, but didn't say much. But now seeing that her father is alive, you can see that, it's about the next step now. As you step down, heading toward River Shelter, you see the many tents and things along the river. You all meet at that tent that Yuvine had prepared toward the edge of the shelter. So you all are here together. And see Karen kind of give you all a wave, like his kind of same yellowish eyes that Aerith has. Kind of like, oh, good. You made it safely. We should probably get a fire going. It is evening. He says, kind of like shakes his shoulders like sparks. As you see, like the sparks kind of form off of it. That he was a pauldron the whole time. You saw more, and the cat formed itself on Karen's shoulder. Just the skull was there, and you see the skull like jump off, and then the body of bones form as these little bluish embers appear in the eyes. And then you see Aerith like, wait, sparks? Wait, did you? You see a smile from Karen. It's like, it's well within the rules. Unless I remember your face when Sparks was taken from us. As you can see that
that's cute and horrifying. Mostly cute.
It's like, why do you see Aerith like, wait, why didn't you tell me beforehand? It's like, well, Sparks has been a companion with me in times when I'm away. Having a piece of you with me. In some small way. You see like the skeletal cat like kind of like move around.
Demi grabs the Minko off of where Hecate is just sort of like, I think he was sleeping or draped around her neck, and Demi just like grabs it by the scruff, holds him out. This one is a Minko I found in a dumpster, and he died while I was in the colleges, and I put an imp in him.
You see, kind of like interesting way to do it. It is within the rules for sure.
Is it? I didn't read the rules.
Some many mages do not.
Oh, I'm not a mage.
Oh.
I gotta stop you right there.
Oh. Just somewhat practiced, I see. Huh. Not bad. You see
I'm a magical metaphilosopher. Yeah.
There's probably many in Tower of Wayreth that would enjoy company of that fox of that nature. But I am not.
Do I know Wayreth? We went there.
Yes. Right? Yeah.
That was where we talked to Godot and everybody.
Yes. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But I'm not of that mind myself. You see, you hear you being like, don't sell yourself short, Karen. I mean, Falco asked for you specifically to come here. That he did. Oh, let's get a fire going. As you see, like, Sparks, the skeletal kind of cat, will, like, put a... we see a shot of, like, Aerith leaning down and, like, petting whatever skeletal thing is. It, like, puts its head and kind of brushes around more, and the others here. As you see, even though he looks disheveled, you see a comfort on Karen as he like, can gather a fire here, and I can hopefully explain what I think looks up might be happening. Help two of you, if you would. You can
I'll
gather
take a kick around looking for supplies.
Yeah, the Oasis isn't. People grab many things from around here, from what I've heard. As I was when we first came here, but you see, Evina, like I can help with that too. As you go like to look around, Demi, so kind of. Well, I think I can maybe ask some people. Two of you head out. What does anyone else do here as you have a moment of like just getting a fire ready and like settling in for once here within the storm?
Wait, sorry, what was that? What was that statement again?
You have a moment here as like the fire's getting ready and like, you know, people are scattering to grab things. Is there anything that you guys do specifically here in River Shelter? Or, you know, any
Right
people
here
that
in
you
River
talk to?
City.
Right?
Can I get to work on crafting a wand with my spell scroll of magic missile?
I will allow you to do that. It would be like 8 hours per se of work. What I'll say is I will allow you to do, it's something long rest activity, but we're getting there. We're getting close there. So I will allow you during the long rest to spend that 8 hours and like essentially get like a start on it, right?
Okay.
So we'll get there for that. You can get things settled as like, you know, you're near Yuvine's tent. You grab everything that you need to get started. What
are we looking at as we're walking around? Like, where did we stop?
So you are at the edge of River Shelter here, like a makeshift tent here that Yuvine has at the edge here. As you move through, you can see many more tents along the river. There's some like shacks here. Very few though. Maybe like 10 or so shacks that are permanent structures, but more of these are like tents. People who've come here from like pilgrimage, people who are the outcast of Muhar, people who can't really fit inside the structure of Muhar. As you can see, there's just like a bunch of just tents and hovels. You can see the many myriad of people, human, dwarven, Yuan Ti, some dragonborn too. As you move through this space, yes, Yuvini is like, just keeping an eye on you a bit, like kind of like talking with other people here, and you can tell that she looks very different from the other Yuan Ti here. The Yuan Ti that you see here look more like how Leb looks. But as you step through, you can collect pieces from maybe like a broken kind of riverboat, things here that you can get to collect for firewood. Piece of like a chariot that is like has been thoroughly crushed and used in some sort of old war. It's good enough wood. As you move through the space and hear the many voices of people, was there anything that you were looking for particularly here, Demi, as you...
I was more asking, like, is it flat? Is it dunes?
Oh, it's just like flat and right near the riverbed.
Okay. Good long sight lines?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Are there any trees? Or is it just...
The trees would be more out toward like the actual white oasis. Like you can see them further in the distance. That's probably like another half a day from here to there.
Okay.
But yeah, more of those growing around here. And then when you passed left from Muhar from the Muhar oasis, you saw trees and stuff near there.
Copy that.
What about Thea, Autumn, and Morn? What are you guys doing here as your things are getting ready for, gathering? A possible long rest.
I'm on edge.
Still on edge, you said?
I gotta read something real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I think give me...
I think Morn is like, it was too easy.
You're waiting for the other shoe. Yeah.
Yeah. When is it all gonna drop?
Yeah, give me another perception check here as you are looking around the camp and looking around shelter, trying to
I think I've also headed towards on edge. I haven't quite made that connection, but all of the pieces are there, and something's bothering me as well.
You look out and see the many people around here. You remember when you walked through here before? You see the edges of the storm up in the slithering sands. Things seem okay. No threats right now, but you still can't shake the feeling of that other shoe's gonna drop. But you're here with friends, and you've done something great for Aerith.
I think it's like he's feeling very paranoid, but looking around and just all the fires getting set up. It's just how exhausted they are from this trek. It's just like sighs and moves in towards the camp. And I'm still gonna stay on, like keeping an eye out, but I'll stop staying on the outskirts of the group.
Yeah, you step in, you see Aerith was like watching you a little bit. She's talking with their father. So they kind of eye you, give you a slight smile, and as you walk through. As we move from them talking, we move over to you, Thea, and Autumn. What are you guys doing as things are being set up and prepared here? Any thoughts that you have? Any feelings as you're here?
Not really. I think the only thing that Thea is doing right now is kind of wrapping her head around being in a... Does she know, actually?
What's up?
Does she
You
know
didn't
that she's
actually-
in a different fucking dimension?
You were present when I was talking about that.
Yeah.
Whether or not
Yeah.
you
Okay.
zoned out while I was yapping, that's.
I know you guys were having that conversation, but
Yeah, you were walking. You heard them talking about it.
yeah, I think Thea's like wrapping her head around that bombshell.
Yeah, I mean, you've been
Uh,
other places. Like, you've been to the Astral Sea, right? Like, but this is different, right? You've never been outside of the Astral Sea or the material plane. It feels weird. Autumn, what do we find you doing here? As I think you see Thea kind of zoning out, looking at the river, kind of just absorbed thinking.
Autumn's looking through some of his books right now, contemplating working some different spells into the long rest, but
Yeah.
he's undecided. Emotionally, Autumn's very annoyed.
How so?
You know, Autumn's never in another dimension on his. It's never on his terms. You know, it's always just like, hey, here you are. You know, and he's just, you know, he's thinking about the whole thing with Arliss. He's thinking about the gem from way back on Brawl,
Mm-hmm.
and he's annoyed. Things are out of reach. He can't really do anything about it. So he's just looking at spells.
Do you seek to know more?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Does curiosity get the better of him?
I mean, curiosity always gets the better of Autumn.
You remember you have a book
He's
stolen.
like a cat in front of an empty box.
You have a book stolen from a library of the secret kind of forbidden section. It's still in your possession.
Mm-hmm.
A small bound book. One that you could read because it was in Draconic. And you remember that in the pages that had a letter to you from the dragon Rootsie. You can look through the book and maybe pose a question or simply study your notes here.
Autumn's currently looking at the portion of the book with one of his favorite third level spells, and it's you know, just the ability to understand any spoken or signed language. And he's thinking about how he used that to teach himself Dragonic. Read the book,
Mhm.
and he's flipping. He's looking. He's looking for something. He's looking
Give
for a
me-
little golden nugget of information.
Give me we'll have this be a religion check. As you flip through the book, trying to find anything, studying the comprehend languages spell, remembering it here.
My worst modifier.
Uh-oh.
I
20.
think that's my best modifier.
20. As you look through the book, you do see in like one of the pages of margin, a place where you can write. You see the last letter to you, to the person who stole this book. There's another place where you can write in it, or you can ask a question. You see that the very fine penmanship, draconic penmanship, of someone who signed with like a cursive looking R. You could write another letter to them or pose a question to them in this moment. One question.
Autumn's gonna write in Dragonic. He's gonna write, "How did we get here?"
We zoom out from you, past the storm, past Amiset, zooming out toward a divine domain, as we see a brass dragon surrounded by books and towers of this beautiful library. We see that they see a small light in the corner of their eye as they close a book in hand and move down toward a small book, leather bound, exactly like yours, as they set it in their small book in their claws, open it carefully, read it, and the question you pose of how did we get here? See that they move a taloned hand as this divine dragon feels where you are. You zoom back toward you. An interesting question, thief of my book. You got there by passing into a domain of dread. Unfortunate for you, as it's signed with an R.
Well, that's
God damn it.
that's not great.
Meanwhile, as we move back toward you, Demi, as you lumber forward with Vine, fire gets started and some food is here. Just enough, nothing too much. I mean, she traded for something someone hunted, some sort of like, jackrabbit or something. Just enough. As a stew is prepared. It gets cold here in the desert at night. Fire warms you as you have a moment of time with each other. Giles, as you have like a makeshift table and you're working on inscribing the runes from magic missile onto a wand, you can take a spot and listen here. As Karen, after like drinking water and having a proper meal for once and like actually having a moment to just like close his eyes and not have it just be a short rest. It's actual like proper rest. Kind of gets up and he's like, I guess I owe some of you all an explanation since you came this whole way. I will tell you why we are here. We were following the trail of Colt, the children of Octobot, and specifically a man named Gurza, as the Colt calls him, Disciple Gurza. Now, with this note, as he has the note that you took from the actual inside of the dungeon, it's like, we've learned a bit more that Gurza, being a skilled necromancer himself, resurrected a bone naga, and it seems that's how he figured out about the quietest spike. Using the quietest spike, they aimed to resurrect their lord, this Octopot. When we got to the location, myself and Yuvine...
Octobots roll out.
Octobot. Octobot. As we got to the location, we had fought our way through some of the cultists, but Disciple Gurza had used the quietest spike and embedded it into this corpse, resurrecting Octobot. When he awoke, something happened that I did not expect. Mist poured out of his tomb and his mouth and his eyes and enveloped all of us in a flash. We woke up disoriented in the sands of Soot and made our way and tried to get our bearings here in the desert. Where I think we are is a domain of dread. And that kind of clicks towards you, Autumn, from the words of Rootsy. A domain of dread. It is an extension of the Shadowfell. A pocket dimension of a being of great power. As he's speaking, does anyone interrupt him or ask questions as he's like, standing and talking with you all?
Yeah, I'll speak up. We definitely 100% are.
Oh, have you heard of them before? Autumn, was it?
Yeah. Yep. I don't know how do I put this. I have like a couple answers to questions or that I can get from a
That's
certain
new.
deity, right? And so I was a little frustrated about our situation here, and I asked, and they told me that we're in a domain of dread. So
Hmm.
it's
Right.
we're there.